Jade hadn't slept properly in days. Not since the algorithm started feeding her videos of LABUBU unboxings. The excitement on strangers' faces as they tore open boxes, revealing little monsters with toothy grins. Have-a-seats, macaroons, big into energies. She watched the lives past midnight, hoping to score one. It started as a distraction and turned into an obsession. She told herself it was nostalgia, maybe healing her inner child, but really, she just wanted to open one herself. Every time she tried to buy one, the store was sold out within seconds. Bots probably, resellers. She hated them. But eventually she gave in. She found a reseller online. People had posted legit-looking reviews. He offered to meet her in person. They met in a park in the afternoon. She held her phone in one hand, recording just in case. The reseller looked fine, normal enough. He wore a hoodie, clean sneakers, and jeans. But his face was pale. Eyes were bloodshot. Not sick, just tired. He looked burned out. He handed over a sealed big box. "A full set," he said. "Might get a secret. Might not." She reached for her wallet and paid an obscene amount. The reseller stared at her a moment too long. "No refunds. No trades. You're bound forever." What? But he was already walking away. When she got home, she didn't unbox them right away. She set them on her desk and stared at the box. She turned on her ring light, mounted her phone, and hit record. Her hands trembled slightly. "Okay," she whispered. "First unboxing." She opened the larger box to reveal 6 smaller ones, perfectly lined inside. She picked one up, turning it over in her hands. Slowly, she opened her first LABUBU. It was cute, fluffy, grinning, exactly like the videos. She laughed softly. "Oh my god, it's real." She turned it over in her hands, admiring the tiny teeth, the soft fur. The color was perfect. She set it gently on the table and opened the next one. Another perfect pull. The one she wanted. Her smile widened. Each box brought something new. She felt like a kid again. Her hands were shaking with excitement. "Okay," she said, breathless. "Last one." She held it in both hands. It felt heavier. She paused, smiled nervously at the camera. "Maybe I'll get lucky. What are the odds this is the secret?" She tore the foil, closed her eyes, and pulled it out. The figure looked like a LABUBU. Same toothy grin and pointy ears. But something was wrong. Its smile was too wide. Its eyes were slightly uneven. Its fur coarse and dirty. There wasn't a logo, no QR code. And inside the foil wrapper at the bottom, soil. She frowned. "What the hell?" she muttered. She held it up to the camera. "Ugh, seriously? Damn it. A LAFUFU." She carefully placed the 5 LABUBUs on her shelf, adjusting them until they looked just right. They were even better in person. Cute, detailed, perfect. Then she glanced at the LAFUFU. She turned it over in her hand. Annoyed, she ended the video and tossed it into the trash. Later, she transferred the footage to her laptop to edit. When she pulled the LAFUFU from the wrapper, the footage warped and stretched unnaturally. But it wasn't just her. The LAFUFU moved. In the video, its head turned slowly toward the camera. She paused it and tried to play it again, but it was just a black screen. She kept trying. Nothing, just black frames and silence where that moment had been. She sat back, uneasy, and turned toward the trash can. It was empty. Her eyes darted across the room. The LAFUFU was sitting on her desk. Creeped out, she picked it up, shoved it into her drawer, and closed it. That night, she fell asleep quickly. In the morning, her apartment was quiet. Then she turned toward her shelf. Her stomach dropped. All 5 LABUBUs were destroyed. Arms and heads ripped off. Fluff everywhere. One was missing an eye. Another missing its legs. The LAFUFU was on the ground next to the shelf. Its smile hadn't changed. She had enough. She was going to destroy it. She held it over the stove. Nothing. The flame curled but didn't touch the surface. No bubbling, no melting. She tried a knife, dug into its side. The blade bent. She threw it into the hot oven and slammed it shut. When she turned around, it was sitting on the table behind her, her energy drained. Her hands shook when she tried to do any task. She couldn't finish her sentences at work. She looked thinner, but the LABUBU looked cleaner, sharper, brighter. She stopped going outside. Instead, she scrolled. Reddit became her only companion. Threads about haunted dolls, cursed figures, folklore, and plastic toxicity. Most of it was nonsense. She read it all anyway. One night, buried deep in an old post about haunted toys, she found a link to a Norwegian blog post. It was translated. A forest spirit, not worshipped, but respected. Offerings were left at the edge of the woods. When the forest was cleared, the shrine destroyed, and the land paved over, disaster followed. Drought, deaths. So someone tried to bind the spirit, to trap it. It does not die, they wrote. It only shifts and waits to be remembered. Then it said, they rest in soil. That's the only time they forget they were alive. She remembered the dirt that clung to the LABUBU when she unboxed it. The soil in the foil wrapper. It had been asleep. She woke it up, and now she knew what she had to do. That night, the LABUBU was even more active. She turned off the lights, climbed into bed, rolled over. She immediately heard tiny footsteps coming from the desk to the nightstand. A voice just beside her ear.
You called me something else.
Her breath caught. She couldn't move.
That's not my name.
She threw off the blanket and turned on the light. The figure stood still, head tilted up toward her, smile unchanged. She got up and tried to escape, but when she opened the door, it was already in the hallway, blocking her exit. She slammed the bedroom door and locked it. Her phone was dead. She looked down. Her arms were covered in scratches, not deep, just enough to sting. And on the wall, scratched into the paint, no escape. She resisted as long as she could, but the scratches were getting deeper, long scratches down her arms, finger-shaped marks around her ankles. Her reflection looked unfamiliar, dark circles and vacant eyes. The LABUBU spoke more now.
We are bound forever, just you and me.
Every time she opened her eyes, it was there, sitting at the edge of the bed, whispering. She didn't want to do it, but it gave her no choice. She remembered the Reddit comment, forest spirits rest in soil. That's the only time they forget they were alive. She emptied a small planter from her desk, pressed the soil into an empty LABUBU box. Then she turned and froze. The LABUBU wasn't there. A soft tapping came from above. She looked up. It was crawling along the ceiling, one hand after another. Its limbs dragged, then lifted too smoothly, like it was being pulled by invisible strings. It paused above her, head slowly tilting, smile fixed. Then it dropped, landing on her head. She screamed and grabbed it, fingers sinking into its soft body as it squirmed in her hands. It bit her hard between her thumb and index finger. She tore it off. Blood welled up instantly. The bite was deep. She forced it down into the dirt. It shrieked, its limbs twisted, its torso bent. Fingers scratched into her skin as she pushed. It was still moving when the soil touched its back, still fighting when she covered its face, tiny arms pushing weakly against her fingers. Its mouth opened one last time, still whispering.
Bound forever.
Then it went still. She didn't wait. She sealed the box, glued it shut, wrapped it in bubble wrap, and packed it inside another box. Then she sat at her desk, opened her laptop, and listed it. LABUBU, big into energy. Rare. She didn't lie. She just left out everything else. It sold within hours.